Bodybuilding fans, prepare yourselves because what you're about to experience is not just another motivational story. This is the thunderstorm, the chaos, the brute force of one of the most polarizing, most powerful, and most talked about athletes of this generation. A man who walked into the bodybuilding world like an earthquake and made the industry stop, look, and realize that something different had arrived. A man who has been called a freak, a mutant, a beast. And yet behind all the mass, behind all the freak factor, lies a story of hunger, of discipline, of sacrifice that is so raw and so relentless that you cannot help but respect it. Yes, today we talk about Nick, the mutant, Walker. The American monster who came from nothing and carved himself into a living statue of power, veins, and unrelenting will. Because this isn't just about lifting weights. This is about lifting dreams, lifting doubts, lifting the weight of destiny itself. And when you hear about Nick's story, you will realize that he is not just another competitor chasing a trophy. He is a man who embodies the pain, the grind, and the fire that bodybuilding demands. Born in 1994 in New Jersey, Nick's early life was marked not by privilege but by struggle. A kid who faced bullying, a kid who fought depression, a kid who felt lost until he found the iron. And when he gripped that barbell for the first time, something in him clicked, something awoke. And he knew that this was his calling. This was his battlefield. And slowly the gym became his therapy. The weights became his language. And every rep was a conversation with destiny. But Nick Walker wasn't an overnight sensation. No. His rise was forged in years of grinding in obscurity, training in silence, pushing beyond pain, eating through force, growing through agony. And by the time the world saw him, the foundation was already unshakable because Nick doesn't just train hard. He trains like a man possessed, with a rage that makes even veterans stop and stare. Every set is life or death. Every workout is war. And that is why his physique exploded onto the scene with freakish proportions. Arms so huge they looked unreal, delts like cannonballs, veins like road maps, a back so wide it could cast a shadow, and legs thick enough to shake the stage. And when he stepped into the pro league, fans didn't just notice him, they couldn't ignore him, because the mutant was rewriting the definition of freak factor. And yet, it wasn't just size. It was the conditioning, the detail, the granite-hard muscle that made jaws drop. His debut year itself was madness, shocking everyone by storming through shows, earning his place at the Olympia faster than anyone expected. But Nick wasn't satisfied. No, he wanted more. He wanted the Sando. He wanted to etch his name among legends. And when he won the Arnold Classic in 2021, the world knew a new giant had arrived. But with fame came critics. With success came doubt. And many said Nick was too blocky, too freaky, too much mass and not enough aesthetics. But here's the truth. Nick Walker doesn't care what critics say, because the mutant is not here to fit your idea of beauty. He's here to dominate, to overwhelm, to crush, and whether you love him or hate him, when Nick Walker steps on stage, you cannot look away. And that's what makes him special, because bodybuilding is not about blending in, it's about standing out, and nobody stands out like Nick Walker. And though injuries have tried to slow him, though surgeries have forced him off stage, Nick Walker keeps coming back, hungrier, harder, freakier, and his fans, the Mutant Nation, ride with him through every setback because they know this man is destined for Olympia glory. And when you see him training, you see pure obsession, veins bulging, sweat pouring, eyes burning with rage. You realize this is not a hobby, this is not just a career, this is his very life, his only way, his destiny. And the way he connects with fans, the way he bears his scars, his struggles, his truths. That's what makes people believe, because Nick Walker is not just muscle, he is message. The message that no matter where you come from, no matter what demons you fight, if you refuse to quit, if you commit your soul, you can turn yourself into a living weapon, a monument of willpower. And that's why Olympia fans wait. That's why every showdown with Derek Lunsford, Hadi Choopan, and Big Ramy becomes electric when the mutant enters the stage, because you know something shocking is about to happen. You know the freak factor is about to explode. And whether or not he wins, Nick Walker leaves the arena shaking, fans screaming, hearts pounding, because he brings energy, he brings war, he brings the storm. And as he stands today, prepping, healing, and sharpening himself for his return, the question is not if, but when. The mutant will take over, because legends are not born, they are built. And Nick Walker is building his legend one freaky rep at a time. So let this story remind you that freak or not, mutant or not, giant or not, you too can become unstoppable if you are willing to give everything, bleed everything, and sacrifice everything. Because Nick Walker is living proof that the impossible can be made flesh, the unimaginable can be carved in muscle, and the unbelievable can be standing right in front of you. So bodybuilding fans, if you felt the fire, if you felt the storm, then carry it into your life, fight for your dreams, build your destiny, and never forget, subscribe to Muscle Craze, because this is where freaks, beasts, and legends live forever.